What's up, model building fans? Hey, it's Brian, and we have a question from a subscriber from Mile High Scale Modeler. Hello, Mile High Scale Modeler. Thank you very much for asking this question. This is actually an excellent question. And he asks, Brian, can you do a video on how you store your models when you're traveling to a contest out of state? Say, if you're flying to Acme, how do you store your models safely for travel when moving through the airport? I assume you keep them on your person and do not check them in luggage or mail them to the hotel you are staying at during the contest. You, sir, are absolutely correct. We do keep the models with us on our person through the trials and tribulations of the airport itself. We have had experience mailing stuff to friends in the community, like a built kit or something like that, and then it shows up destroyed. Uh, I've done that 3 times, and on the third try, we finally got the kit to the person that it was sent for, and it showed up in good shape, like a wheel had fallen off or something like that. So I have to qualify that as being good shape, in good shape. Now, I'm just going to digress here for a second and just say that I have experience working for UPS and also working at the airport. And in those two situations, I realized that people are doing a job as fast as humanly possible, and they don't have time to be gentle. Okay? Now, nothing against anybody who works for any type of postal service or the airport, baggage claim, anything like that. Those people are doing a job as fast as they possibly can, and they just don't have time to be gentle. Okay, so doing something, putting your model kit into checked luggage might be asking for trouble. So we do carry them with us on our person, and we use this. This is an Apache case that we got at a store called Harbor Freight. And this is a pretty good size case here. We're measuring about, what do we got here? 17 inches across, 13 inches high, and then 7 inches deep. That's pretty good sized. This particular case here is just right for carrying 3 model cars transversely across here. And we'll use our AeroVet body as a reference so you can see that that's pretty good size. Now, if you have something a little bit larger, like a large truck or something like that, you could actually set it in there this way and have probably plenty of room and everything too. These cases, I think, are made out of some sort of high impact ABS. Very durable. They survived our trip to Acme and back. We put them in the overhead container, the overhead bin. And we stuck them in there, and then other people were coming in, putting their carry-on luggage and stuff and smashing them about and everything, sliding them around, and we didn't have any issues with the kits when we got to our venue. The only thing that did actually happen was that a windshield wiper fell off of my 63 Vet, I think. No, it was a 63 Vet? 62 Vet. It was my 62 Vet gasser, and one of the windshield wipers fell off. And that's probably due to builder error, not putting it on there well enough. So that was the only thing. I mean, even the mirrors were still attached to the body, so that was excellent. We have driven to California to the NNL West show with these cases just tossed in the trunk of the car. Didn't have to worry about them getting smashed or crushed by other luggage shifting about while we were doing our high-speed maneuvering on the freeway. And we did have a Challenger at the time, so I have to say that. But never had an issue or a worry about this. And I mean, when you walk into a model show with a case like this, especially if you have your logo on there, people are going to be like, oh damn, watch out for that guy, he means business. Or probably more to the point, oh damn, watch out for this guy, he thinks he means business. So anyway, when I go to a friend's house for a model club meeting or something like that, I'll take this case also. I'll put the 3 cars I want to display in this case and travel. It's just so much easier. It's better than the shoebox method or the wrapping it in socks type of thing. I don't know. It just kind of gives a little bit more of a professionalism to what I'm trying to accomplish. But these cases, this was the medium size I think they had, which is just right for the overhead bins on the airplanes. You could probably also get this under the seat if you needed to. If this was going to be your carry-on, you wanted to have this as close to you as possible. The thing about this case is, because of the look of it, You will get some raised eyebrows at the airport. Just, you know, don't make yourself a target is the best thing I can say. I've gone through TSA with these. They went right through. I didn't open it or anything. I went right through the scanners. They just took a look at it, looked inside with their X-ray vision, and no questions at all. And then, most importantly of all, at the end of the beltway, where everything's slamming, all those tubs are slamming into each other. They were slamming into this thing. Nothing got bothered inside there. So that was another concern of mine as well. So let's take a look inside. These cases are designed for carrying camera equipment. Camera equipment is extremely delicate. I think all of us know just how delicate camera equipment can be. I spent a few years in the theater working in technical theater and stuff, and we had road cases made by these guys, big giant cases with wheels on them that contained the robotic lighting systems that we'd have to hang and can program to do all kinds of cool lighting effects and stuff like that. Those things had rotating mirror discs in there for all the different type of cool things you can do with those lights. And the different lenses and everything were packed in that case, and we've never had a problem with that stuff. And again, roadies are another one of those groups of people that don't have enough time to be gentle with things. So when you're loading in a show or loading out a show, you have hours to get the truck loaded and on the road and moving on to the next venue and then unloading and getting set up. So I mean, I remember standing at the end of the ramp and guys were just shoving stuff off the truck. And as it came down the ramp to me, I would just divert it to somebody else over to the side, and then they would take it on the stage and then set it up type of thing. So well-oiled machine type of thing. The case has this really nice cone-shaped foam here that's pretty soft. It's nice and squishy. It's actually a little bit softer than the interior foam, and that's cool because that's just going to gently press down and have pressure on everything else here to keep it from shifting and sliding. These cases have a watertight seal, which is nice. So if you get to a venue and it's raining out or whatever, you don't have to worry about water seeping in and messing up whatever you have inside here. This case actually does have these little blocks of foam that can be, they're little squares that can be torn apart to create whatever type of channel you need to have here. I do not recommend stacking kits in here, stacking model car kits in here, because you're not going to have the room unless you're doing a lot of really low-bodied vehicles and stuff. But the pressure of this pressing down could cause damage to whatever you have stacked and stuff like that. So we're going to show you how we kind of go about doing it. I have this one large chunk here still in its entirety, and you'll notice that there's a lot of little loose guys still here. I keep these. I keep them because they're extremely handy. So we're going to use our Aerovet body once again, and we're going to wedge him down in there so he's nice and tightly wedged in there. So let's just get a better view of that. See how he's wedged in there? He's not going anywhere. Now, if it had the wheels on it, it would sit up just a little bit higher. And to make absolutely certain he's not going to wedge out or pop out or something like that, I'll just put this block back on top of them like that. And that's it. That's it. Now, if we have somebody who's a little bit weirder shaped, this is not cooperating. It's going to be rule number 4, never use foam on camera. Have something a little bit weirder shaped, a little bit smaller perhaps. That's when this type of stuff comes in handy, because you can wedge this stuff around the shapes that you have. So let's show you on our Subaru that we're still working on. So let's say the Subaru has a removable hood. We want to keep that hood in place, especially if it's attached on here somehow. We don't want that flopping around or whatever. So when we have this in the case, we'll put something like this down on top. Keeps the windshield from getting scratched or whatever, and keeps that hood down, and then the lid will come down and close on top of this guy and keep that all wedged in place nicely. And we have another one that we can put on the tail end here also. If you have vehicles with wings on them and stuff, maybe you have to be a little more creative about how that wing is protected. But something like this could possibly squish down, fit underneath the wing depending on how high it is, and kind of hold the car in place, maybe shaped like that. All kinds of, I mean, it's a whole Tetris system. And you can get 3 cars in there really well. The auto car dump truck That's a bit too large to fit in here. That's pushing the envelope there for vehicle size wise. I'd have to pull all of the foam out of this and then pack foam around it and everything. And I think that defeats the purpose of having this case. So there's that. So I really hope this actually answered your question, Mile High Scale Modeler. And I believe you're in Denver, aren't you? Because that would make a lot of sense. But yeah, I hope this answered your question. If you have any more, please ask. If anybody else has any questions about either this or anything else, please leave a comment down below and we'll do a video as quickly as I can to address that question. I really enjoyed doing this. I think this is a lot of fun. I hadn't thought about doing something like this before, but this is kind of fun for me. And we hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Enjoy the weekend. I think it's a 3-dayer for most of us. And down in the description below, we'll try to put a link to the Harbor Freight site where you can check these out. All right, everybody have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye now.